whether you're in an area that's super competitive for personal chefs, and if you've been here for a while, you know what I say about that. You only need about 10 clients to be fully booked if you're focusing on meal prep services, aka personal chef services. And if you live somewhere with more than, I don't know, 10,000 people, do you think that's enough people where you could find 10? So don't freak yourself out. Just do the math. Anyway, whether you think you're in an area that's super competitive, or even if you're the only personal chef within 1,000 miles, it's just best practices to give your clients an exceptional experience. And here are 5 things that I do to make sure that happens every single time. Some of them will seem like common sense, but as we all know, common sense ain't always that common anymore, right? And everybody can use a refresher. So hey there, if we're just meeting for the first time, I'm Chef Shelly. I've had a successful personal chef business for over 15 years. And when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I'm here helping passionate cooks just like yourself start your own personal chef business, whether you want to do meal prep services, small dinner parties, classes, or anything in between. So let's talk about thing number 1, fast response time. Okay. First of all, a quick response when a client or a prospect even contacts you is a no-brainer, absolute 100% requirement. I don't know how many times that I have heard from people who have said, I'm talking to someone who's interested, but I haven't followed up with them yet, or whatever. You should be getting back to these people absolutely no longer than 24 hours, but it should be way faster than that. And it doesn't matter to me, honestly, if my clients text me at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, I'm still going to get right back to them. It's the personal, impersonal chef business, I guess. So number 2, this is also part of the communication, is say it how they want it. And that means communicate how they want to. If I have a client who starts out on the phone and I've sent an email and they call me on the phone, then I'm just going to go to only calling them. If I have a client who texts me when I send an email or call, then I'm going to go to texting them. Communicate the way my client wants to communicate helps, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter to me, right? They're a client and they're paying me. If they want to do it a certain way, I am more than happy to do that. I'm capable of emailing, using the phone, and texting. I haven't had anyone do anything like carrier pigeon or telegram, but you never know, it could be coming. So number 3, flexible payment types. I take all the payments. And listen, that might not be your jam, and that's okay. Especially with credit cards. You do not have to take credit cards in your business if you don't want to, especially when you're first starting out, all right? But I've been doing this a long time, and I take almost every known type of payment. I take all the credit cards through a credit card processor. I take cash, I take personal checks, I take ACH bank transfers, I take Venmo, Zelle, Cash App. The only thing that I can think of that I don't take right now is crypto. And who knows, that might change, right? I want to make it as easy as possible for my clients to pay me, and that's however they want to do it. It all comes down to dollars to me at the end, right? Now, just to add on a little flavor to this though, let's talk about boundaries. The one thing I do is add on a charge if the client wants to pay using a credit card. That's fine for me if they want to use their credit card and get points when they pay me, but I'm not going to pay for that. I am a very, very, very small business. So it is insane the way those fees can add up. I have one client who I would be paying $120 a month in credit card fees just for them. You suck, Amex. So anyway, that is the one boundary I have on my payments. So there are certainly a lot of businesses out there that say you should never pass credit card charges on to your clients. That's just not good business. But this, again, is a decision that you get to make for yourself in your own business. So, number 4, be flexible, but not too flexible. All right, speaking of boundaries, I am as flexible as possible for my clients. I, ask them to choose their menu. I give them choices. I will send them new menu lists anytime they want. If they need to change their cook date, if they have to take time off for vacation, whatever. Now, some people will tell you, speaking of that I'm insane, that you need to use contracts, that they do not allow people to skip days, or they only get so many skips a year, or they still have to pay if they skip. And they're generally very rule oriented and strict with their clients. But this is what I choose to do in my business. And after doing this for over 15 years, what I've seen is there are basically two kinds of clients. The good kind and the bad kind, right? There is the kind where, we're all human. They're going to take a vacation. They're going to get sick and whatever, but they're going to be with you for years. Then there's the kind of client who they're constantly skipping, or they never get you their menu on time and you have to contact them 15 times just to get their menu out of them, or they don't give you notice, or, a million other things that they do as a habit all the time. Those are just bad clients, and let them go. Having them sign a piece of paper, in my opinion, is not going to change that. You don't need a piece of paper to tell them to cut them loose if they're not doing what you need to do in your business. And if you have a contract, what are you going to take them to small claims court? So that's why I don't bother to do contracts. However, I do have boundaries, and most importantly, I clearly communicate to new clients how stuff works, right? They know this is what you can expect from me, and this is what I'm going to expect from you. And we're all on the same page. And it might be a little bumpy in the beginning, but like I said, the good clients who are going to settle in for year after service, you will come to a balance with that. Keep your boundaries in mind, though. Fire any clients who cannot stick to what you need for your business. And number 5 is the gift of a gift. I like to do something a little extra for my clients. So when they fill out my food questionnaire, it has things on it like what are their birthdays, just day and month, and anniversaries and things like that. And I also track their start date with me, and then I might bake them a little something, or for special clients, I might give them up a bottle of wine. I have a keto client I occasionally make a keto dessert for, because that's not something she orders for herself, and it's a special treat. And these little treats are really appreciated. So if this all sounds like common sense to you and not that hard, and if you love to get paid to cook and you're interested in doing it on your own terms instead of for someone else, you can click the link below this and download my free guide on how to do meal prep services for paying clients. Try one on yourself and get some practice in and see if you enjoy it. Because if you do, people are more than willing to pay you for it. I'm telling you, clients are out there and they're hungry for what you're cooking.